22.8, 21.1, 26.3, 36 flat, 27.5, 22 flat, 24.5, 20.9, 21.9, 38.9, 31.7, 22.9, Andy Mitchell, Jason Ewers, (24.2), 21.8, 19.3, 22.3, 19.4, 22.1, 27.1, 123.3, 123.4, 22.6. 27.5. 18.7. 27.8. 31.4. 21.8. 21 flat. 48 flat. 28.5. 20.7. 22.4. 24.7. 20.5. 29.2. 20.1. 20.9. 27.1.
'Welcome to the burn down, guys.
What up? What up?
What is going on? Oh, I got wrong name up there. You're not
Hey,
Ashton.
I'm not Ashton Brewer.
There you go. Looks like we got about 14 people right now viewing. Say hi if you're in the chat, guys.
Oh, woo.
Been a long weekend.
Somebody wake me up.
Today was a long day. We had some drone filming in the house tonight. Stay tuned for a little footage of that coming up. We'll probably post some footage on our Facebook page.
It was pretty cool. Actually, when the drone fired up, it was so loud it actually scared me because I haven't been around too many of those things.
That was a 7-inch cinematic drone.
It was super cool, guys. He was able to actually keep up around all the corners, over all the jumps and everything with us. I think he'd probably make better lap times around the track than us.
What's up, Billy? What's up, Mickey? Hey, Mark, PJ.
Hey, everybody.
What scared the heck out of you, PJ?
I don't know. I was making some silly faces when we first started.
Oh.
Hey, where's my little tag? There
right
it
there.
is.
There it is.
Is it correct now? Oh, yay.
Yeah, Chad's B-Day. Scott wishing Chad a happy birthday. The big 4-5 today.
Shh. 25, dude. 25.
25. Caught up with me. Oh, we came on hard and fast. He's got earbuds in.
Oh.
You got earbuds in? What?
Can you hear me now, man? What's up, John?
What's up, John? Looks like some people are starting to roll in now.
Almost 19 in, almost 20.
We'll put up some topics so you guys can see what we're going to talk about today. Not too much different subjects. The whatever is probably going to be a big subject today. We're going to open the floor for you guys for a little bit longer period. It's hard to come up with subjects every single week for this thing.
Unless something cool happens.
Yeah, that we're not rehashing old topics over and over and over.
I think
Charles Hayes, is that Chuck? That's got to be Chuck, right?
Must be.
Charles.
Hazer, change your name.
Charles.
I'm guessing it is.
Who else is in here, guys? Quit hiding if you're in here. Say hi.
Yeah, don't be shy.
I know Amy and the guy and all the clan up north have to be watching.
How many people's sad that Bob Saget died? What the heck, man? Betty White, Bob Saget. Jeez, oh me. Gosh.
Yeah, I don't think they said what he died from yet, did they?
It was heart complications. They did rule out foul play or drug abuse. So he, they said the cool thing that I heard about him was he's 65 years old. He was back out on tour.
Yep.
And he, loving the crowd. And he said he felt 20-something years old again. And I think he passed away peacefully in his hotel. I think that's what it's kind of sorting out to be. So, however peacefully that can happen, I guess. But
what up, Sal? What up, Justin? All right, well, let's put 5 minutes on the clock and get right into just a recap, guys. Yeah, no more full house, that's for sure. Recap of the state champs.
Thank you, everybody, for the turnout. It was pretty awesome.
110, right at 110 entries.
108.
Then we have two that drop out. That we dropped out. One of them was a mini T.
I never took them out of the system, though.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I left them in all day. So yeah, it was
officially 108 entries then.
So yeah, 100.
That's the most we've had so far. We beat our record
by 14. Yep. And I was actually kind of surprised because the turnout started out really slow in the morning. Usually by like 9:30, 10 o'clock, the house is packed. They were just kind of trickling in, and we honestly really missed out on probably 15 to 20 entries because of COVID.
Yeah, a lot of people. Bender, I know Bender stayed away because of it. Dom
Fink, I think. Eddie Fink,
Eddie Fink, yeah.
There's a few more. Chuck wasn't feeling well either, and he didn't want to take the chance of getting anybody else sick or anything, so that's why Chuck stayed home. So, yeah, we could have easily maybe had a 130 entry race on Saturday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is. Thank you for the support, guys.
PJ says, sorry, didn't have buggy shocks.
You could have borrowed some of ours.
Yeah, my buggy's just sitting on the shelf. It's a shelf queen right now.
Yeah, and I've got the what are they? The Kashima shocks. For some reason, I always say cashmere.
Cashmere shocks.
I got the bougie cashmere.
You got the bougie shocks.
Yeah. But you could have ran some of my older ones.
You want to talk about what the info that you just had? You want to talk about that and whatever? Or you want to talk about it because of state champs?
I mean, we can talk about it with state champs, but I was going to kind of leave it for whatever. I just want to talk about Maddox Minton a little bit. Little dude impressed me big time on a Saturday.
Yeah, Maddox Minton. Chad's been doing some research on.
Yeah, I did that here like the last 5 minutes while the timer was counting down. So I compared his 21.5 times to the 17.5 independent times. And in the first round, with his 21.5 time, he would have finished 6th. In the second round, he would have finished 1st. He would have beat everybody by 4 seconds. He would have TQ'd the second round. So ultimately, and then he got 8. So he would have had a 7 in the third round. So ultimately, in the 17.5 class, he would have ended up with a 6, which would have qualified him 5th overall.
5th on the grid with a 21.5 buggy.
Way to go, Maddox, man. We're proud of you. Way to go, buddy. That's awesome stuff.
That was some really cool stats that you pulled up there.
Yeah. Oh, and then another stat I forgot to mention: his 17 and a 509 that he ran in the second round, that he would have TQ second round, was the third fastest would have been the third fastest time overall in 17.5 independent with a 21.5 all day long. So thanks guys for all the happy birthdays. Bob Chopper, what's it say? You guys banked big time. TurfBurners here to stay. Thank you, Bob. Oh, and another honorable mention. I gotta mention Ryder. Ryder's been trying so hard to get on the podium in one of the bigger classes, and he finally did. He got a third in truck Saturday. And
Yeah.
I know he's real proud of
He
himself.
actually had a faster in the main. He had a faster lap time than me.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow. There you go, Ryder, man. Keep it up, buddy. You're doing really, really good.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see you on
I
the
come
podium.
up on them. They had a bunch of, wrecks, and I just had a really clean run.
Mhm.
The truck was really loose, though. You drove it tonight. We're trying to figure out what's going on with it.
I think.
But when I came up on him, and I was in the lap traffic with him, he held his ground right there, and I got by him. And then he was kind of on me for a little bit, and I just played it safe and kind of pulled over and let him go, so he could battle with the guys in front of him a little bit harder. And then it came down to the last few laps, and I just pulled over and let those guys have their way with each other.
Well, what's cool to me about it is both those kids have kind of had some tough love moments in here as well. You know what I mean? Some of the guys kind of having bad attitudes towards them and stuff. And they just persevere and keep clawing forward, and I'm really proud of those guys. So. What else you want to talk about, state champs? Good turnout and success.
Do you guys like the plaques?
Yeah.
Do you like my plaques I came up with for this? If you didn't know, I do all the artwork for the plaques, and I try to come up with, a compromising size for all the plaques so we can fit them all on, 2 sheets of that product. It gets pretty pricey. But I hope you guys like the plaques. I hope you guys like the marshalling plaques, which we have some rules to put in place for marshalling plaques.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have them ironed out totally yet, but I mean, Scott Cashin and
they marshal 30 times a piece.
I honestly, I'm not kidding you guys. I stopped counting at 28 times a piece, and it was about halfway through the third qualifying round, and they marshaled almost every race after that, all the way through the end of the mains.
We love the volunteer marshal, but the goal is to get it to where
everybody's doing it.
Well, not only that, but like the goal is to get it to where it's when you need a volunteer. I don't want to skip out and let these guys sit on the sideline when they should be marshaling.
Well, and not only that, I what was kind of comical to me, and maybe it wasn't so comical to them, but I had several people standing on the sidelines trying to volunteer because they wanted to get the plaques, but Scott or Angie wouldn't get off the buckets all day. They were just on the sidelines looking at me going,
yeah.
And I didn't know what to do about it.
Scott says, I definitely like the marshaling plaque.
Yeah, we're going to have to implement some rules. I think next go around when we do that, I think that we're only going to want volunteer marshals when we need the volunteer marshals. And most of the day Saturday, we really didn't need the volunteer marshals, but we really appreciate the heck out of you guys.
Oh my
I'm sure
gosh,
everybody else does. I mean, the marshaling, racing just went so smooth.
I appreciate that. I know Mickey appreciates the help she gets from Tristan and Heidi over there, Ryder's mom. I think at one point Mickey said, I think we got it covered. And Heidi's like, well, I usually do it. She's like, she just was bored. She wanted something to do. And at that point, they didn't really need the help at the moment. And then they're like, yeah, sure. Let's help.
Well, we've got some really good families.
Yeah.
Here,
so that helps us out tremendously.
Yeah, everybody's such a good help. It makes for a good atmosphere around here as well. So.
Time to build a new feature, either an elevated lane or a huge wall ride.
Who's Bob Chopper?
Big, gigantic.
We want to know who Bob Chopper is.
Bob, we had a bigger wall ride than what we have.
Bigger.
Actually, our wall ride right now is 24 foot long, but we had a bigger one it was taller.
Yeah.
And you went up higher, and they hated it.
Yeah, it stood up almost 12 feet off the ground, I think, the first one did.
We love that you enjoy it, Scott. Takes the stress off of us trying to find marshals whenever we need them.
What do you say? New feature, either elevated lane. Elevated lane would be cool, but the amount of lumber.
Well, and then how do you marshal it?
That's what was my next thing I was going to say is how do you marshal
those look cool on all those YouTube videos of the pros doing it.
But are they really actually
get
racing?
Some novice guys
or are
out
they
there.
just in there practicing on that?
Get some racing going on in there, and then having a car sit for 2 laps because a marshal's trying to climb up there and get you. Yeah. Let's see how frustrated you get with that.
Yeah, whatever track it is that Mikhail Orlovsky races at over there in Europe.
These ideas all sound cool on paper and they look cool on video, but
don't think we won't eventually try it at some point.
Practicality
maybe,
of some of that stuff is
Nothing is ever ruled out, really.
Yeah, as you can see by what we have in here, I'm willing to go big.
So there will be a couple new smaller features to fill in, rhythm sections and jumps and things like
Hey,
that.
Ashton's in here. That's our hot seat from this weekend.
Hey, what's up, Ashton? Been racing
Ashton
this weekend, buddy.
coming over from Illinois, Southern Illinois.
Tristan loves it. Well, I can't read that.
She's here making a list of what to make for Saturday. She makes us treats.
Hey, I want some of those turtle things, man, with the caramel. And oh my God, those things are so good.
Yay, they just ordered a Jammer Strong hoodie. If you guys don't know, I think it's today's the last day that you can go
I gotta get on there and order one.
Click and order a t-shirt, a Jammer Strong t-shirt or hoodie. All the proceeds go to help out with my cancer stuff. Eddie says, go big or go home. Give Marshalls all 60 degrees. Look up Brown's hobbies in Ohio. It works. Believe. 60 degrees.
Not exactly sure what he's saying. But I definitely will look up Brown's hobbies, though.
Ooh, Scott's dad's making brownies for next Saturday.
Ooh, I love those brownies. They're all gooey.
All right, let's put 5 minutes on the clock, guys, for the next topic. Woo-hoo. Enough about state champs in this weekend. Love the success we had.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Midwest Championship update.
February 12th.
And that's going to be, this was just the state champs. This is going to be the whole Midwest turf champs.
Yeah, we won't be going up against the CRC race.
Or CRC.
We'll draw in some more pros and a little bit more company. Maybe COVID won't be taking such a hard hit on us, in a few weeks too as well. And all the rest of the guys can work their way back out.
We're in the talks earlier about doing top 5 plaques for that instead of top 3.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about that? I'm sure everybody would be a go with that. I'm, pretty sure. But yeah, TQs and top 5 plaques. And I don't know. Anybody want to see anything different? I'm thinking we start that race. Then guys, obviously this is just an opinion session and we're just throwing ideas around. But
heads up.
Yeah, I say we start that race a little earlier instead of 1. Maybe we start at noon. We open maybe an hour earlier, which don't really matter to you because you can come whenever you want. I'll come and open, or Eddie can come and open. But I say we do the 2 rocket rounds and 3 AAA mains again. But this time we plan better for it, and we start earlier in the day, and and make a better go of it. What's everybody think about that? Really, all it does is it adds 1 extra round. So instead of 3 qual point rounds and single A mains, you'll run 2 rocket rounds, and then you'll run 3 AAA mains. That will all be heads up. Eddie Rogers 2-day. I don't think we're quite ready for a 2-day race yet.
We're kind of at a 2-day race for this last one. We practiced on Friday. It's just we're not.
Technically, they're all 2-day races. Because we're open for practice every Friday, but I don't think we're quite ready for like a seeding round and all that kind of stuff yet.
Well, we'll just gauge interest, I guess. What do you guys think? You think we're ready for something like that? You think you think our racers that we have here would be willing to commit to a 2-day show? PJ says, I'm better racing than qualifying, so I'm in with the AAA mains.
Yeah. Tuesday Nat's back. I'm sick of Wednesdays. Bob Chopper,
I don't know who Bob Chopper is.
Who are you, Bob Chopper? We need to know.
Bob Chooper.
Chopper. I can't read. My eyes are going bad. I turned 45 today. That's it. I'm blind.
I mean, is that his real name or is that just a screen name?
I don't know.
Because I don't.
Well, since we switched over to YouTube, some of our people that we're normally familiar with have their names are
different on here. So
it's probably somebody we're very well aware of. Just messing with us. Go big or go home, Eddie says. Oh man.
Amy, is that a hell yeah for 2-day interest? Could seed from practice times to make losing a heat easier. Yeah. Our track is big enough though that even if you get put in a squirrely qualifier or a slower with slower guys, usually it's big enough to you
kind of spread each other out.
And you kind of stay away.
Although we might need to revisit some driver etiquette stuff though here in the next few burn down sessions. I have been noticing some pretty rough driving lately, and I have been noticing. I mean, it's all in good fun because it was a super competitive day, and you got to expect that on a day like a state race day or a big, big championship race like that. But what I've been noticing as race director is guys have kind of stopped getting out of the way and qualifying for each other. I don't know what that's about, or if we just need to revisit it and have a little talk session, or I've kind of gotten to a point where I don't really like to be too overbearing and bossy on the microphone because it makes me sound like a butthole. But I think some situations may call for that. So if you get bit because you're not getting out of the way in qualifying,
Yeah.
might be better for me to reprimand you a little bit than somebody get on you in the pits. So, and as far as all that stuff goes, I think everybody needs to just police themselves a little bit better. The race director can't watch every corner and every incident.
Yeah, it's hard to, especially when there's 4 white-bodied drivers out there.
Yeah.
Some of our pro expert 17.5 guys decide that white paint's the only paint option that there is for these bodies.
At this point, I think they're doing it to me on purpose. Yeah, you're right, PJ. It does. It hurts both drivers if the other person doesn't move. I just think what's going on and it's mainly in the 21.5 class. I think what it is it's just an experience thing. They just don't quite know yet, is all it is. And who better to teach them than us? Teach them in house. Give them the will. Tell them about themselves in a polite way. I mean, that's how we used to handle it. I never expected the race director to really, other than to say what color car I am and what place I am, to actually really.
Yeah, I expect it for when the leaders come through. Hey, that's the leader coming up on you. Give him a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
But it's hard for you to watch the screen, tell everybody's lap times, and then keep your eye on the leader the whole race to babysit them. It's not your job to babysit the leaders. It's actually the leader's job to take your time getting through traffic. Now, where I have an issue is if the leader gets by traffic and then the traffic takes him out in the next corner trying to race them.
And I can't stand that either. But to me, that's kind of an RC thing. It's a classic RC thing to make a beautiful move just to get dive bombed in the next corner. So, but yeah, you are right. People need to do
John says start doing the pill draw. That's something we might try on a Wednesday night. I might even try it this Wednesday.
Reverse the field?
A pill draw, yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on down to 17.5 Indy. Nobody really has much to say about Midwest.
Big success for this class.
I love it. I've been waiting for the buggy classes to grow a little bit bigger this winter so we could actually kind of do something like this.
And guys, we will implement this on a Wednesday and a regular club Saturday if there's enough to split it. Now, I can't split it and only leave 2 17.5 experts by themselves.
But the whole point is we can all run together now if there's not enough.
Yep.
So it's different than having a 21.5 motor and having to put a whole different motor in your car. So
how did you guys at home like the independent class? I know a lot of guys stepped up to it. Did you enjoy it? It seemed like a big hit.
Eddie Rogers, look, go back on the Midwest. We were talking about 2 days. He's over there offering up his house for a select few. Be careful what you wish for. Get a bunch of rowdy RC racers over there.
Well, his dog might eat him, though, he says.
Oh, man.
Not Max, Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce.
Bruce, the other dog. Thanks, Bob. He says, you guys rock. The hot seat, the burn down. You guys are treating this as a sport and not as a hobby. We're trying to treat it as something,
We're trying to make a little bit bigger deal of it. I mean, sometimes at first, sometimes I felt a little silly by it, but we've gotten such a positive feedback from all the broadcasting and stuff that to me, it's such a cool thing now. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. Like sometimes we don't have enough subject to talk about. And we're like, what are we going to talk about tonight? Should we do the burn down? We're like, we got to do the burn down. Everybody's expecting us to be on the burn down.
Right.
Yeah, just coming up with all these graphics that you see over here and the way that we switch it in here. I get off on a lot of this technical stuff that's in the booth here.
Yeah, his buddies were here. His drone buddies were here earlier, and Jamie was in here geeking, showing him all his cool stuff.
yeah, because they do a lot of YouTube videos, and they do a lot of broadcasting themselves.
Yeah.
So they were pretty impressed with what we got in the trailer here, the broadcast trailer.
Nate Jones isn't allowed in the Indy class anymore. Okay, he came on strong. He did his thing. I didn't think he beat him too bad, but hey, tease him, my friend, tease him. I liked how Nate Jones got faster and faster throughout the day, and then he made a pretty cool post about throwing. He had a good time throwing the kitchen sink in his car, trying to get it to work all day. That's cool stuff, man. And one of the cool things about running turf is and we've kind of noticed this. You make a slight change here, you absolutely feel every change you make.
Yeah.
So it's really cool from a tuning aspect.
Yeah, because the track's never changing. It's
Yeah.
always consistent. So
Well, the only thing that changes is the grip goes down when it's colder, so the track's faster when it's colder. So
how did you guys like all the investment that we did this week with the new carpet on everything? We spent about $1,000 just on some turf to redo the jumps and wall rides and landings and stuff like that. Did you guys appreciate it? Did you guys have drivers in both 17.5 Indy and 17.5 Pro?
oh, they
Yes.
filled them. We had multiple flights of each. We had 3 flights of 21.5. We had 2 full flights of 17.5 and 2 full flights of 17.5 expert. So yeah, it worked out perfectly. We were actually really pleased.
Yep. Yeah, and that independent class was a huge success.
Yeah, it was a huge success. I think I was more happy about that than anything that happened Saturday, because I was really kind of nervous about diluting the class, to be honest. And it just worked. It couldn't have worked out better.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, John, to see how it worked out. It just worked out amazing. At one point, we could have had 3 flights of
Indy.
Indy.
Yeah, I think they were 1 car away from it, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. I was just trying to. It wasn't too crowded because we put 10 on the mains, but they had 8. I think that there were 16 of them. I think so. They were 8 and 8.
Did
so,
I hear correctly? Was John Barron in the house?
I think they were here on a Wednesday. No, it was the Sunday race when we had after Christmas. Him and his son came in.
Oh, I wasn't. Was I here?
No, you weren't here. You were in Iowa.
I was in Iowa.
Yep, you missed him because remember I told you it would have been a good day for you to be here. We could have pulled him on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get you, John, you or your son, when you come back for the hot seat. Chuck Hayes, 21.5 expert. He's been bugging me about that for a while. At this point, I don't find it a bad idea, but at this point, we're back to being in danger of diluting classes. I think if you try to do that again.
Yeah, I do think that helped out our attendance too. You know, because we did allow guys to run expert. Timmy Creech took advantage of it. Good
Nate
to see
Jones
Timmy in the
Nate
house.
Jones took advantage of
Yeah,
it.
so they ran the 17.5 independent and they ran the 17.5 expert, so they could run, double up on a class. And then we offered mod buggy, so the expert guys had a second class that they could run.
What's it say? Bob Chopper, that's it. I'm coming Wednesday. It's the only day where
A B main guy can be an A main guy.
there you go. I'm more fun than my son. All right, well, then you'll be it, John. We'll get you on here.
This is probably the next class I would like to implement for a big race, and maybe we need to talk about it for Midwest.
40 plus.
40 plus, yeah. We've added the mod with trophies. We've added mini B, and we've added independent 17.5. So I think
don't really
next on
see
the
an
list
issue with that because I'm sure we'd all double up anyway.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest, the large majority of our fast guys here were all over 40. We just sprinkle in a couple teenage kids that kick our ass every week.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. So I think 40, 17.5, 40 plus would be a good class. Maybe by then, Eddie will have my buggy here, my new buggy on the way.
Mhm.
I kind of miss buggy. I'm having fun with the truck, but
You can
it's
run
nice.
mine.
It's nice just to run one class.
You can run mine if you want. Just take it and set it up how you want. Run it. I don't care. Put your body on it. I'm sure it'll fit, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What differentiates independent from expert?
Sponsors. Your will and drive to be a competitor. How about
Sponsors, and it's really
that? Basically, you judge yourself.
It does come down to it's a house call between me and Chad too. If we think
Yeah.
you're an expert, even if you're not sponsored, you could.
I'm not
Who
sponsored.
did we have that said they weren't sponsored the other day, and we made fun of them?
That wasn't sponsored?
Yeah, and they were gonna run it. They were gonna run expert.
It was Phil.
Phil.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was Phil.
Phil Richardson said, "I'm not sponsored besides my wallet. I'm going to run independent." And we said, technically, you probably can, but we're going to make fool of you all day long.
I mean, I'm not running independent, and I could.
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
eligible,
sponsored.
but I'm
He
not
could
going to
run
run
it.
independent.
But it's just a judge. It's a pretty big judgment
Yeah,
call.
I looked at it. My best run.
If you can run top 5 in the 17.5 expert, I think you don't need to be an
Well, I'll just
independent,
say
even if you aren't
this:
sponsored.
I ran pretty. I would say that I ran pretty solid most of the day. Saturday, I qualified on the bubble in the A main and expert, and I would have TQ'd every single round in Indy. I
Yeah.
checked it out. I looked. I would have the closest one. I would have beat them all by 4 seconds. So other than that, I was almost a lap ahead of them, and I was the bubble in the A main and expert. So
Yeah. The spirit of that independent class is to get guys out of 21.5 that have outgrown it,
yeah,
but don't want to step up to a B main in 17.5 expert.
right. What we'll say. Yeah, I know who you're asking for. You're asking for Justin. It's a house call by us, kind of, sorta. We're having issues with that. We've got another driver that's kind of in the same predicament.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have some discussions and revisit some of this because I completely understand that because a lot of these sponsorships are not really
they're not real
talent based
sponsors,
sponsorships. You know what I
and
mean?
they're not real sponsorships. I used to have sponsorships from Kyosho was a pretty big one
I was
for
sponsored
me.
by Radio Post. I had a Pro Life
Radio
sponsor at
posts,
once,
but they were all like 50% off of retail MSRP, which was like 5 to 10% off of retail. So it wasn't really like a sponsorship.
Talon ran expert and made it in the A. Yep. Talon has no sponsors yet, Amy? No, I wasn't sure if you guys had any kind of sponsors or anything. I know Shane's always raced pretty competitively, so.
Yeah, it comes down to a talent deal more than anything.
Yeah.
And for sure, in my mind, Talon is an expert.
Well, now, since we've got a 17.5 independent and a 17.5 expert, and we're all running the exact same car, there's no motor change, there's no setup change, there's nothing to cry about. Now, if we really wanted to, if you won too many races, we could say, hey, you got to run expert for a week or something, if we wanted to. We don't have to do all that. I'm not really into forcing people to do stuff, but I think that if it got to where people didn't police themselves enough, we actually could do that. So it's just too hard to keep track of.
Mini B. I'm not sure it needs a 5-minute timer, but man, it was fun to watch.
It
Some
was
of those
fun.
guys. It's fun to see one of those little cars clearing the big jumps and pulling wheelies down the straightaways. Where's everybody's else? Where are all the mini Bs?
Yeah, is there gonna if we keep doing this, are people gonna purchase the mini Bs? Is this gonna grow?
I'll keep purchasing the plaques for the trophy races, and we'll commit to offering it on a weekly show. So right now it's open. I've had a lot of guys email this week asking what the rules were.
Well, there is a battery rule. I think you have to run a 2-cell battery.
Yeah, it's 2-cell obviously, but like I think it's pretty much mod.
You got to run a rubber tire.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it.
They can put the aluminum upgrades on it.
They can run whatever
any size motor.
KV motor or turn motor they want. Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are running the motor that have the ESC built into the motor, which is pretty cool. I like that option. Hey, what's up, Mom? Being built right here, right now. Oh, a mini B? They building a mini B, nice. Amy? I want to see the mini T's out there with them too.
That'd be pretty cool.
There was one here, but he broke apart.
Yeah, he broke apart, and nobody could help him out with that. So it was actually Mike Summers. It was Matt Summers' brother.
I heard a lot of guys went over to Indy Slots and bought some mini Bs. They sold like.
You're welcome, Indy RC.
I think they sold like. Eddie can chime in, but he said $4,000 worth of mini B stuff.
Really? For people to come race here, you think?
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
Because those kits are like $200, $300. But
man, I saw a guy selling 2 mini T's today for $750 for 2 of them in the box. Are they like hard to get or something?
I don't know. That sounds pretty pricey.
That's what I thought. I mean, people were kind of giving him a hard time, but he kind of had some valid points. You can't get them right now, and blah 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 blah. So if somebody wants to buy them, they'll pay for them. But I just thought that was extremely pricey.
Was it a mini B or a mini T? 800 milliamp 2S battery for the Mini.
What kind of runtime you getting out of that? We only ran 5-minute main for you guys.
Well,
so-
I know Ryder kept dying.
Did he?
His battery kept dumping on Ryder's.
I wonder what he's running. Got some guys out here banging around.
Did Ryder
Wyatt
make the
Brown,
podium?
Eddie Rogers, Jason Ewers is up there.
Did Ryder make the podium in Mini B?
I believe so. Yeah.
We thought about doing series
Well,
between
we got left
us.
out of their turf wars. Nobody called us or anything about that. We're not upset or anything.
And I think we're the only legit turf track, like
Yeah.
all turf.
Well, I think that guy. I think Larry's is all turf.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I would like to go visit all those tracks. I have yet to go to Finish Line. I've yet to go to Larry's. And is the other one ENN? Is that the other one?
I think it was ENN
Yeah,
Hobbies.
so I would definitely like to visit all three of those tracks. If we weren't busy running this, I'm sure we would have went and ran the series, but we would have been more than happy to be a part of that. And that could be definitely something we could visit in the future.
The problem from a business aspect for me, the only problem I have with it is then for those other 2 to 3 races in that series, you expect your customers to bail your track and go race at another track, and that's just not it's not good business.
No, it's not. I get that. You know what I mean? I don't think all of our customers would go. I think we'd probably lose
You'd
20
probably
entries or
lose
something.
20 to
Yeah.
25 entries probably.
Also, another thing is we'll have to pay someone to run the show here because
If we
I'll
had
be
to
gone.
go, yeah, because I'd want to go.
And then I don't know who we'd get to do all this cool stuff in here, so it'd be kind of a lame day around here. I'm not really worried. I mean, I would still go, but as far as future series and things like that, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
This is your time, guys. Your time to shine. Anything that you guys want to talk about, raise your hand right now in the chat and start asking away. We're coming up on 45 minutes. Usually we like to keep this under 1 hour just because. Anything else that you guys would like to chat with us about? If anybody would like to know updates on some of my cancer stuff, we had good news today. I went to Simon Cancer Center, got accepted there, and I'm going to start treatments there. And they also have programs with some immunotherapies and some clinical trials and experiments. And they told me every day keep positive because every day there's new drugs coming out. 1 or 2 new drugs coming out every day right now for cancer. It's really booming. So a lot of positive things on the horizon for me. Just keeping positive thoughts, and you guys buying some bracelets this weekend was pretty awesome. Sold like $70 worth of bracelets for me over there in the cafeteria. Mickey over there doing her thing. Like I said, once again, if you want to go, I think on the Facebook page we posted where you can get your Jammer Strong T-shirts. So you order them right from the website, and all the proceeds go to help out with some of my infusion stuff. So I think today was the last day. Mickey can comment, but I think the 10th at midnight, I think, is the last day that the site's open. Yeah, we can talk about that.
It's up to you. You know, I mean, I did make an announcement about it when we first found out, and I kind of jumped the gun and didn't say anything to you, and then you kind of backed away from it, so I haven't said anything since.
Chad's wanting to hold a charity race for me. Where part of the proceeds go towards just, as you know, we don't take any money out of this business, me and Chad. The only thing we take out is for the occasional tires that we buy from the hobby shop on site.
Thanks to the fueling station. So keep buying food, guys.
So yeah, Mickey says Jammer Strong closes tonight. So he's wanting to do like a benefit race, which is pretty cool. I kind of turned him down for it, but he's had a lot of interest from some people.
We've even had a little interest from other track well, I mean, nothing official. We just heard through the grapevine.
Heard through the grapevine that some of those guys were
that if we had a race for Jammer, it just seemed like we would get a lot of attention for it. You know, I got a lot of good feedback.
And that's something, if there was interest in it, I could do some really cool cancer ribbon trophies, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe it could be something really cool where I could do some trophies for you guys and we could just make it a trophy race.
I mean, if you guys are all cool with that, we could do it like January 29th would be a good date. We could do it on the same layout. We could all just come in and have a good time and not have to put a whole bunch of work into it, but do something to support you with the track.
Scott, you went on the site and
See,
got
look
some
at John.
shirts.
About time this got brought up again. You already got shirts?
He must have went on the site and got some shirts from that site. Yeah,
Pink
Mickey
out the
set that
track
whole
for
site
cancer.
up. Scott, she actually designed the shirts. It's really cool. They have a cancer ribbon that's it's a checkered flag and it says Jammer Strong underneath them. So she surprised me with that. I didn't even know she was doing that.
So, look at the feedback we're getting. Tristan even says she can make some cool desserts.
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Means
And
a
we got
lot.
32 people watching. Awesome. I was starting to get a little nervous when we switched over to YouTube because we lost about half our audience there for a while. I think they're all starting to figure it out
Yeah,
again. So.
posting it on Facebook, I think seems to help too.
Yeah.
Like I post the link on Facebook.
Yeah, spread the word, guys. I can't tell you how many times a month somebody comes in here. We've got a couple guys in here now. They used to race at NDRC back in the day, and they're familiar with me and Jammer from 10 years ago. And they just found out yesterday this place existed. So don't be shy, guys. Share our posts, spread the word. Ultimate goal here is to grow the hobby, so all of us have good competition and lots of people to race with and good times every weekend.
Mickey said there's the link
See, John
for
Barron
everyone.
said he would come down. See?
Did you post the link in the chat, Mickey? Because I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either, Mickey.
Yeah, we agree, Bob.
Yes, definitely,
the
Bob.
latency with it, the glitches that I was having with Facebook was not worth it. The setup that I had to go through in here to make it work. YouTube is just a way better way to go. The quality is better. The sound is better. I've been getting lots of feedback. I see Pizzy's in the chat. Pizzy's watching. Pizzy, you missed out. Jake's in here getting some lap time on you, man. He's using my controller in his truck, and he says you're in trouble. Anything else you guys want to talk about, guys? We don't want to sit here on dead airspace, but I don't want to cut anybody off short as well.
Anybody know if there's any big races on the 29th? I know it's kind of short notice. I haven't noticed any, but that'd be a good open weekend for us, and it'd give us 3 more weeks after that before our Midwest race. So we could probably release a date here in the next week or so for that.
Nope, can't see it, Mick. Must not be allowing it. I can't see it on my end. Maybe they can see it on their end on the phone. We just can't see it on our end is all. E&N Hobbies has Ohio Stock Championships. On the 29th.
Oh, do they? Well, today's the 10th. So we would have to be.
Well, if you guys can't see it, I posted the link for that shirt thing on. It's actually on our page. Just scroll down a few scrolls and it's on there.
See, the situation we're running into with dates here, guys, is our Midwest race is the 8th. So we would only have the 15th, which is too soon because that's this Saturday. 22nd maybe could pull that off. That's a week from Saturday. 29th, E&N has a race, so we don't want to do it then. We don't want to do it the week before the big race. I think that'd just be too much because we'd have to do a layout change and everything.
No.
So maybe we'd have to do it late February then, maybe.
And that's not a bad idea either, because that's when my chemo ends for the time being, and then they do scans in like 4 weeks from now. So maybe it'll be a celebration.
Maybe
a celebration race.
Well,
with
then maybe
good news.
we'll just aim for late February then, guys, and we'll
keep you guys
release a date
posted
here in a week or so.
Can you guys hear Frankie in the background?
He's squawking, isn't he?
Squawking like a pterodactyl.
He's in his little home back here behind the trailer. He's mad at us. Only allows the channel manager to post links. Oh.
Yeah. Which maybe I can do that.
Thanks, you, Bob. Appreciate it, buddy. The couple times we did step on some toes, it was just because I got overzealous and made the schedule early, and the other tracks hadn't released their races yet, or at least I couldn't find it. See you, buddy. Good seeing you, man. Come back soon. All righty.
There you go.
Yeah. So, sorry about that, Bill.
See if that shows up for you guys.
Your mom says bring out Frankie.
I just posted in the chat, so there you go. There's the link, guys. I just posted the link for the shirt deal if you guys want to get on
John.
it.
We appreciate that. We'll look for a good date, probably towards the end of February, and we'll do our best not to overlap anything. That way, everybody can try to get involved. So,
I appreciate all the support, guys. It means a lot. As you guys all know, Mickey's actually moving out here in a couple weeks now. She got a job, so yay! I think.
Oh, she did get her job. She said she had an interview or something.
Well, I think it's pretty much locked in now.
Is it?
So,
Nice.
all she had to do was give her references, and it was a locked-in deal. So that went through today.
Nice.
And she's moving here. She's trying to get me to actually take some time off of work and just come in and do this because she says she can tell it makes my soul happy whenever she sees me here.
Yeah.
So she wants me to rest during the day and take care of me bill wise and be my sugar mama.
All right. Thanks for taking care of our guy, Mickey. We love you for it.
So she said, you got to keep doing the racetrack thing. Cause I asked her, the subject come up and I said, well, should I move back to Iowa and be with you there? And she says, no, I'm moving there. You got to keep doing that racetrack thing. That's your happy place. So being around all you guys is, what brings my spirits up.
You mean you like being around me, dude?
I know, even when you're bitching and moaning all the time.
I try my best.
All right, guys.
What's it say? I can't read that. The Bob Chopper one?
Oh,
something Chad, Mike, and Adam
Paulo,
need to bring
Luke,
it.
Chad, Mike, and Adam need to bring it. He must be shouting out at some of his boys right now. I don't know if we need a group, but she's a powerhouse. She's got her. You know what she did in my kitchen this weekend?
What?
She said, I'm gonna. She wants to. I said, make my house your own. Do whatever you want, paint the walls, do all kinds of stuff. Sell whatever furniture you need to bring your furniture. She antiqued my kitchen cupboards.
What?
Yeah, she antiqued them all in like 2 days. Had them all done, and they
man, we're gonna have to talk about this. She's already changing you.
Oh, they look familiar, like because they were just stark white cabinets, and she took this oil bronze stuff and rubbed them on them and made them look like white antique.
Really?
Oh, it looks amazing.
Nice.
Turned out great.
Nice. Finish line, boys. Yep. Oh, Chad's the owner, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Chad. That's who he's talking about.
I have not had the pleasure to meet most of those guys yet. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably heard us talk about it, seen some of the posts. Jammer and I quit racing for like 6, 7, maybe 8 years, jumped back in, and then boom, here we are. So basically what I'm saying is I haven't had those tracks weren't open when I was racing, so I haven't had a chance to meet any of those guys.
I've been up there for 2 or 3 of their trophy races. The Gone Bananas race they had up there.
Guys seem to like it there, so
it's a great place. Yeah. Chad's a great guy up there. They have a gun shop.
Really? In their hobby shop?
Yeah.
No shit.
There's a gun store in the hobby shop. So my 2 favorite hobbies are what the heck is that? Scared the crap out of me. We had a Eddie sighting right now come up over our shelf.
Yeah, we have no problems working with them, talking to them, maybe discussing future series and stuff.
All right, guys. Well, I hate to cut it short, but we got some closeout stuff to do here, and I bought some, invested in a new iPad, a couple new iPads, so you guys will be able to run credit card tabs now over at the fueling station for the concession. So no longer will she have to write it down. You can just pay with food over there on site. So I got to get all that set up tonight. So we'll have multiple credit card runners in the house tonight.
Minor improvements everywhere, every week, guys.
Yep, every week we're just purchasing more stuff and making the place better and better for everybody. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Until next time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the birthday wishes, everyone.
Woohoo!